elephants, the largest land animals on Earth. We know them for their size, their tusks, and their powerful trunks. But behind those familiar features lies a world of secrets, hidden powers that make elephants some of the most extraordinary creatures to ever walk the earth. Today, we're uncovering the side of elephants your school never taught you. First, let's start with the obvious, their size. An adult African elephant can weigh up to 14,000 pounds, heavier than a school bus. But did you know their hearts can weigh as much as 30 pounds and beat so slowly that you could count the rhythm from several feet away? Despite their size, elephants are surprisingly quiet when they move. Their wide padded feet act like shock absorbers, allowing them to walk silently through the forest. Imagine something the size of a truck, moving without a sound. But the most iconic feature of all is the trunk. It's not just a nose, it's a combination of nose, hand, straw, and even a tool for communication. Inside are over 40,000 muscles, more than in the entire human body. With it, elephants can lift entire tree branches or pick up a single grain of rice. They can use it to drink, to touch, to smell, and even to hug. Scientists have observed elephants wrapping their trunks around one another in displays of comfort, an act that looks almost human. And what about memory? The saying, "an elephant never forgets," is closer to the truth than you might think. Elephants have some of the largest brains of any land mammal, and their memory is astonishing. They can remember the location of waterholes years after visiting them. They can recognize human voices, even distinguishing between languages and tones. And older matriarchs, the leaders of the herd, often hold the knowledge that allows their families to survive droughts and hardships. In the elephant world, memory is not just intelligence, it's survival. But here's where things get even more mysterious. Elephants communicate in ways we can barely detect. We hear the trumpets, of course, but most of their communication happens at frequencies so low, humans can't pick them up. These infrasound calls can travel several miles across the savanna. Through them, elephants can warn each other of danger, guide their herd, or even coordinate movements when they are out of sight. Even more astonishing, elephants can listen through their feet. They sense vibrations in the ground, a hidden power that allows them to detect distant thunder, other herds moving, or even approaching predators. It's like having an extra sense we can hardly imagine. Their intelligence is just as remarkable. Elephants have been seen using tools, stripping branches to swat flies or scratch themselves. They recognize themselves in mirrors, a rare sign of self-awareness. They show problem-solving skills, cooperation, and even playfulness. And perhaps most haunting of all, elephants show signs of deep emotion. They grieve their dead. When an elephant comes across the bones of another, it will stop, touch them gently with its trunk, and sometimes remain still for hours. Mothers have been seen mourning lost calves. Herds have returned to the bodies of their fallen. This is not simple instinct. It's compassion, memory, and something that looks very much like love. But for all their hidden powers, elephants are also vulnerable. Their tusks, made of ivory, have fueled centuries of hunting. Their habitats are shrinking under human expansion. And while elephants have survived for millions of years, today their greatest threat is us. Yet there is hope. In many places, conservation efforts are bringing elephant numbers back from the brink. Communities are learning to live alongside them, and people around the world are fighting to protect these giants, not only because they're magnificent, but because the ecosystems they live in depend on them. Elephants are more than animals. They are architects of the wild, shaping landscapes by knocking down trees, digging waterholes, and spreading seeds. They are storytellers, carrying memories that stretch across generations, and they are reminders that intelligence, empathy, and strength can exist in forms far different from our own. So, the next time you see an elephant, don't just think of size, think of silence, think of memory, think of powers hidden just beneath the surface. Because elephants are not just giants, they are guardians of a world older, deeper, and more connected than we ever imagined.